NBA sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Set to kick off.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
On third down, Huntley. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Credit that break up to Greedy Williams.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left, didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, that one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
It's a pickup.
Good run there.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Browns' 22-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they give this time to the tailback. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a handoff here to his running back. But he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Carrier. He's tackled at the 29-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Huntley. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
A 46-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Oliver. They set up the screen to Chubb. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner. Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. to throw. Oliver. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Play action. Oliver into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
3rd and 2.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
At the 39-yard line.
On first down, Huntley. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Throwing on first down, Huntley. That's caught by Howard. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 18-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Huntley. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Huntley to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half.
Tucker McCann set.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it?
Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Looking to throw. Oliver steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Oliver. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, Huntley trying to lay one up deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brant Delpit. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Chubb, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 26. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now an option play on second down. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now he'll try to run with this. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
3rd down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Steelers found a way to stretch their lead. Makes the extra point through the snowflakes, something good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Fielded near the back of the end zone. Shifts by him. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points. So they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Chubb. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Airing it out for Hamilton. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he'll give it here to his running back. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Number 46, the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Come on.
Looking to throw on second down. Huntley. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Huntley. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe. Let me breathe for a minute, man.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Oliver. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And a give this time to the tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. To throw, Huntley. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
The score, Steelers 26, Browns nothing.
McCann's got it teed up. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Check 3, check 3. Check, 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 check. Check 26, check 26.
They They go with Chubb on second down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nick Chubb.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They run it again with Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one. They give to Chubb out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
14. And the Browns
first from the gun. It's a give to Chubb. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
At the Steelers' 24-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Kill, kill, kill. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
A run for Nick Chubb. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
The 14-yard line. It's a gain of 10. First down, Cleveland.
On the ground, it's Chubb. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Check 52. Check.
They run. Chubb. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and inches.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Browns, nothing.
The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb, and he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
The tackle made.
They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. And that is going to set up third and goal. the gun. Oliver to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here.
A 28-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through. And that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense got crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Check. Crouch. Tight up. Back.
Now a handoff looking right. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards, a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
To throw on 2nd down, Huntley. And he finds Howard complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They toss it left side to Chubb, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll go as a loss of 5, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. It to Chubb, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now he'll escape to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
He's brought down at the 37.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there was one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Mike 42, Mike 42.
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll move the chains. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and